Welcome to the Startup Grind.
So you're at Apple till January 1, 1982. You've grown from 50 employees to 4,000. Tell us about amazing software. What led for you to, everything by all accounts is going great at Apple. And it's a great time to stay at Apple. You were there at the beginning, or very early anyways. What led you to make that jump? And tell us what happened and how you bootstrapped this company to begin it.
Yeah, so obviously I always wanted to make games.
Yeah.
And frankly, the game market was just not really a big deal to Apple. And it was hard to leave. It was a great company. Company had been really generous with me, and I certainly had a really good time and had a tremendous opportunity to grow. I'll tell you, for those of you that are young entrepreneurs, there's hardly any substitute for observation. So it doesn't matter what you're doing in another company. Because I had already started my first company. I was a teenager, and I made a board game, a football board game. And I didn't have enough capital, and there were all kinds of other reasons, but I had to shut it down. And I realized, okay, I don't know enough about business, but this is really exciting, and I want to do it again. So before I do it again, I'm going to go work somewhere else for a while so I can understand what I need to know. And that was the greatest thing for me about Apple, was the fact that it grew so quickly, and we dealt with so many issues. And I had this front row seat, and I'm just a really good observer. So it wasn't that, in the end, it really wasn't that hard to leave, because I'd always planned to.
You planned on that day to leave, or in 1982, this was when these things were going to happen.
Yeah, and of course, the way it worked out is that they were really upset that I was leaving, and they tried to convince me to stick around. I stuck around for a few more months, but I could just tell, now I got to go.
Yeah.
And it was around I guess, February, I think, that's when I met with Don Valentine and got encouragement from him.
From Sequoia, for those that...
Yeah. And in fact, one of the ways I could tell he was interested is he said, yeah, if you need office space, we'll provide it.
They let you work there without funding you, right? They just offered you space.
Right. And they're trying to keep an eye on, they want to have more
Right.
of a captive opportunity with something they think is interesting. And so basically I left Apple. I kind of started running it just by myself out of my home office, and I had a lot of research and people I wanted to talk to. And then by the time I was ready to actually hire employees, and it had already been incorporated for a while at that point, then we went into space at Sequoia.
And you just bootstrapped it with what, the money you had made at Apple,
Yeah.
or your options that you had?